In a weighted voting system, each voter has a certain weight tied to their vote. Our author showed us a method of modeling this. But first, I'd like to let you know I'm doing problem 24 and the associated problem 28 on page 591. We are asked to find the winning coalitions and the critical voters for this situation that we're about to describe. What's a coalition? A coalition is simply a group of voters that all vote the same way. So you could say, by having a coalition, you've created a weighted voting system. A critical voter, well, we'll talk about that a little bit later. First of all, let's see what we have. We have 4 groups of people: administrators, coaches, team captains, and non-athletes. There's 4 administrators, 5 coaches, 4 team captains, and 3 non-athletes. They're voting on some resolution, and it takes 12 votes to pass this resolution or this policy, and we are to assume that members within these groups all vote alike, which means who has the most weight among the group? Well, certainly the coaches do. They carry 5 votes. So our author gave us a way to model this a weighted voting system. First of all, we write what's called the quota. That's the number of votes required to pass the vote or pass the issue. And then we put the weights of the various groups. So our weights for the oopsie, I goofed. Make that a 4, are going to be 4, 5, 4, and 3. Those are the weights of the administrators, the coaches, the team captains, and the non-athletes. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Well, I'm just going to slide my paper all the way up and slap her back down. Now, what we need to do, first of all, is to identify all the possible coalitions. And in a problem like this, we learned that there are 2 to the k minus 1 coalitions. Now, let's see, we have k is the number of groups we have, and we have 4, so that's 2 to the 4th minus 1, which 2 to the 4th is 8. No, 2 to the 4th is 16 minus 1. We should have 15 coalitions that we can create from this group of 4 peoples. So I'm going to start listing them. And let's see. Again, they are administrators, coaches, team captains, and non-athletes. And I will start listing them. First of all, a coalition can be just one of these groups. So we will have A, C, T, and N. And now we can have coalitions, which are 2 of these groups who vote together. So that might be AC, AT, AN, AC, AT, AN, CT, CN, and TN. We're looking for 15 of these. How many do we have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 5 more groups. There's going to be 4 groups of 3, and the last group will be all 4 of them. So I'm looking for groups of 3. Got to be careful when you do this. A, C, T, A, C, N, A, T, N, C, T, N. Running out of space. That's okay. I will redraw over here our weighted system weights. So I can move this up see, do I have 15 yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I did it right. The last one is all 4 of them. We've got ACTN. These are the coalitions. And now we need to see what the weight is of each of these groups and whether it's a winning coalition. And if it is a winning coalition, who the critical voters are within that coalition. We'll get back to critical voters. So first of all, the weight. Weight for A has a weight of 4. C has a weight of 5. T has a weight of 4. N has a weight of 3. Do any of those represent a winning coalition? No, none of those do. We need 12 votes, remember. So let's look at AC. AC would be 9 votes, right? 4 plus 5 is 9. AT would be 8. None of these pairs are probably going to work. AN would be 7. CT 9. We're getting close. CN 8. TN 7. Still, nobody has a winning coalition. You're not going to win with combining 2 of these groups. How about if we add a third one? ACT, that makes 9, 13. Now it took 12 votes to win, so we finally have a yes. We get a star in the win column. ACN, that would be 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that a win? Certainly is. ATN, that would be 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 votes. Is that a win? No, I'm sorry, it takes 12. CTN, that's 9, 10, 11, 12. There's another winning coalition. And finally, all 4 of them. Boy, it better. 9, 13, 17. That doesn't sound right. 9, 13, 16. And that certainly wins. Okay, so we've identified 4 coalitions or groups of voters that will actually get the resolution passed. And now we have to talk about the critical voter. In determining whether each of these 3 voters in ACT is a critical voter or not, what you do is you pull a letter out, and we'll start with A. If I pull A out of that coalition, does CT still pass? And if it does, excuse me, that means that A was not a critical voter. So let's pull out A. CT. Does CT pass? Well, CT is only 9 votes, so ACT or CT would not pass by itself, and so A, or yes, A is a critical voter. How about if we pull C out of that group? Does AT pass? AT would make 8 votes. No. So C is also a critical voter. How about T? Can AC pass by themselves? No, they can't. All 3 of those voters are critical voters. Let's look at the next group. I think we're going to find the exact same thing with this group. If we pull A out of the ACN group, can CN pass without? CN, no, not enough votes. And in fact, you'll find, as you analyze it, all 3 of those groups are critical voters to the coalition. Same thing with CTN. All are critical voters. But how about ACTN? This one might be different. If we pull out A, will we still have 12 votes? Well, let's see. CTN would be 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, we do not need A in this coalition to pass. And so A is not a critical voter. How about C? If we pull C out of this group, will ATN still pass? Let's see, ATN would be 11 votes. Is that enough? No, it's not. That means that C is a critical voter to this coalition. How about T? If we pull T out, are ACN still going to pass? ACN 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, it will. T is not a critical voter. What about N? If we pull N out, will ACT pass? Yes, it will with 13. So N is not a critical voter. So in this last coalition, there's only one critical voter, and it's C.